Hey everyone, this is Brian Halchak with Servicide, and today I just wanted to do a quick overview of how to properly put on a frame pack. I've noticed recently that a lot of people on the eastern coast are really getting into frame packs so they could carry their tree stands and all of that farther out into the woods. So I've been getting a lot of questions about how people spend a lot of money on a good pack, but it's still pretty uncomfortable for them. And what I found is they're really not putting it on the right way, and as simple as it sounds, there is a process. So I just wanted to go over that with everybody quick. To start off, I need to assume that you purchased the proper, frame system for your body. A lot of the good pack companies tailor the frame system, the shoulder straps, and the waist belt to your specific needs. So I want to assume that, just so we're all on the same page here. One thing is the frame height, and that's dependent on two things actually, not just your torso size, but also the amount of weight that you're going to be carrying. Even if you have a shorter torso, you can still elect to get a taller frame, which will help you carry larger loads because you'll have more lift with the load lifters. But anyways, I'm running a Kafaru Hunter frame system, 26-inch frame. They don't make the Hunter frame anymore, but it's pretty much the same thing as their tactical frame, just it's got a thinner composite frame. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure all your straps are very loose. That's pretty important when you start out. And I'm just going to go ahead, put the frame on. Now, the bag doesn't really matter that much. One thing you want to do when you're first putting it on and setting it up is you want to have about 40 pounds in the bag, just to make sure it's comfortable. Now, I have like 100 pounds in this right now because I've been hiking around with it, trying to get ready for some hunts I have. But anyways, try and have at least 30 pounds in it when you first set it up the first time. So with everything loose, I'm going to put the pack on, and the first thing you want to adjust is your waist belt. Now when you put the waist belt on, you want the center of your waist belt to be like at the top of your hip bones, and that's where it should feel. And then you want to tighten it down as tight as you can. It should be fairly tight right in here, because this is essentially where all the weight's going to be once you have it completely set up. The next thing I do is I take my shoulder straps and I tighten them down, make sure it's right up against my back. Now, if your shoulder straps are too long or short, that could be a problem. A lot of the major pack companies come with adjustable straps, so I would just go on their website and just learn how to adjust the straps for your needs. The next thing I do is I'll put this chest strap, and there's kind of a misconception. A lot of people like to tighten this down, which you really shouldn't. This should be very loose. The only purpose of this really is to prevent the shoulder straps from falling off of you. And if this needs to be tight for your shoulder straps to not fall off, you probably don't have the right shoulder straps, and you may need ones that are more tailored to your body size. So once I have this pretty tight, I want to take my load lifters and cinch those down. And once you do that, you could then really feel the weight go off of your shoulders and into your hips. You shouldn't really feel anything on your back or on your shoulders. Now, the rule of thumb is these load lifter straps should be at like a 45-degree angle, and that kind of depends on how much weight you're carrying. So the Kafaru packs, they have adjustable load lifters, so this is a 26-inch frame, and I could take it all the way down to a 24 if I'm carrying something lighter. There's another misconception that, these straps here, when you tighten the load lifter, should be like up, and there should be like separation. That's really not the case. The shoulder strap should be pretty much on your shoulders throughout the entire time, even when you tighten down the load lifters. You won't feel any pressure. So what happens is when your straps are lifted too tight, you have too much pressure right here, and that's a problem. But once I have my load lifters tight and I can feel all the weight, in my hips, I usually loosen these yeah, about a ½ inch or so, and I'm pretty much good to go. So just wanted to go over that quick. If you start doing a lot of hiking and you're uncomfortable, a lot of times it's not the pack, it's more so how you're putting it on. So if you have any questions, I'm on Instagram at @bhalchak, or hit me up through the Surfside Hunt Club. Thanks.